Yo, we hear. Can you hear anything, Turbo? Golly.
Can you hear me?
Hang on a second.
Everybody can hear me. Jay is now muted.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, so you can hear me just talking into my phone. This stupid fucking thing, man.
Bro, I will tell you, man, this last time I had my road, because remember I tried to do that update?
Uh-huh.
Bro, like it would just freeze now. Completely just freezes.
All right. Ah, man, oh man, it is brutal. Just trying to do something, man. Just trying to talk with my people here. Why does it got to be so hard? GM, we made it. I don't know if there was any music on that load stream. I don't know if you guys heard anything on the YouTube or not. It sounded good, they said. So that was strange because I heard nothing. Whatever. What are we going to do about it? Anyway, it is Monday. It's Monday. And you expect all this bullshit to happen on a Monday, right? I know I certainly do. So at this point, I'm not even going to let it bother me anymore. I got into a fight with my beard trimmer this weekend. As you can see, the beard is extremely short compared to what it's been. I might just get rid of the whole thing and go with a mustache for a little while. It's just, I might have to. Like I think it's time for a change. All right, there's mustaches only, like Mario and Luigi. Ooh. How many days do we have until Miami, by the way? A week. All right. So this is perfect timing. I last night, if you guys saw my feed, we found my father-in-law found a Chicago style place here in Georgia that is incredible. Bobby G's had a combo sandwich, also a Chicago style hot dog. I was not going to leave there without trying both. And so, with the intention of starting a water fast this morning and for this week, and so at this point, I am now like 13 hours into my water fast, and I'm feeling great. So every morning this week will be a little bit of a check-in. Now, I am going to drink. What do you mean? I intermittent fast every day, and that's usually because I don't eat at breakfast. So technically, okay, what is considered the fast, Coach? I'm glad, Coach. Okay, all right. So at let's see, if my plate was in front of me at 7 p.m. So let's say by 8 p.m. Last night, even though I was done well before that, 8 p.m. last night is the beginning of that 16-hour clock. So where does that put us at? Like noon today? Okay, so at noon today is when I start my fast technically. Thanks, Coach. All right, I'm going to put a little note here. I'm taking notes so that I can update you guys on how I feel. Now, again, I intermittently fast every single day, so this is normal. Now, I think the psychological thing of the fact that I've entered this fast has got my body all worked up because I never eat breakfast and I'm like starving right now. And so this is just a mental thing. So I'm going to have to get over this one because my brain's playing tricks on me. Oh, yeah? You're rugging. You're rugging pretty good at the moment. Yeah, it was like, bow, bow, bow. Yes, much better. What's up, D Dish, by the way? I see D Dish popped in here. What's up, my guy? Yeah. Oh, wonderful. That's all part of like this water thing. Like I need a little mental reset. I need a couple things to you want when you want to like make some changes. You do something extreme like shave your beard and go on a water fast. And so that's what we're doing. That starts this week. Starts well at noon today apparently. Thanks, Coach. And then yeah, so the whole goal is to get rid of some of the I don't know about you guys, but I put on 10 freaking pounds over the like the Thanksgiving week. Like you guys, I was so excited. I got to 230. I weighed myself this morning, 239.8. So I put on just about 10 pounds in the last like 10 days. And that's just, man, that can't happen. And so we're going to take that right off by not eating anything for a week. That's the way to do it, right? That's just how you do it. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, no. So I think one of the goals with all of this is, and I'm not a heavy drinker by any. I was at one point in my life, not anymore. And so it's not about like, oh my god, I got to quit drinking because I have a problem. I just like nothing tastes good anymore. Like I hate the taste of beer. Wine gives me heartburn like crazy, and whiskey, we're just not going to do that right now. And so with that being said, like this is a great opportunity to shed any kind of alcohol and fried foods. Like I'll tell you what, man, I had a postcode kind of crazy this weekend. A lot of I love people's opinions. And listen, I throw these things out there sometimes just to stoke the fire. But I tell you what, I firmly believe that boneless chicken breasts formed into a patty that is deep fried. Some will call them boneless wings, like me. Some don't. Some call them nuggets or dino tots or whatever. So I am a boneless wing like junkie, and so that's something I have got to cut out of my life because I'm turning into a boneless wing. And so just for a little bit, and then I'm just, what I could do is just have, and this sucks. And this is the worst thing about dieting. Dieting, if you've never done it, like dieting sucks, is that, instead of having delicious fried chicken, what you could do is get yourself a grilled, boneless, skinless chicken breast, and then just dip it in a little bit of sauce, which sucks compared to a boneless wing. I saw that. Yeah. Bullshit. Bullshit. No, I just said bullshit. I said bullshit. Everybody has mustard. I love that, man. That's great perspective. Always, and that's something, I think there's a few of us in this community resonate with is you always got to find that silver lining, right? Like you take life when they give you the lemons and you make some lemonade, right? What other cliche sayings we got that we could add there? Thanks for the laugh, Matthew. Give me some, Matthew. Give me a total cliche saying there that applies. A Warren Buffett, something with Warren Buffett. Okay, I love that. And you were quick with that too. You were ready. You were ready with that one. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. So sushi, I love sushi. I have not had that. I think really good sushi in a while. But Pop Tarts, when you say that, man, I actually, what was this? Maybe 3 months ago. I don't know, somewhere around there. Had this crazy urge, and I was going to the grocery store, and they were like at the end cap, and I saw the Pop Tarts, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm getting a box of Pop Tarts because I haven't had them definitely since I was in high school, and brown sugar cinnamon or whatever. That's the only flavor there is. Mm. It's like a little like you pop like a like it's like basically like a little bag of Pop Tarts so you can like pop a few in at the same time. Oh, wow, that's genius. Like somebody thought on the level of, hey, let's let's make something. Oh, I just caught this. Did the taste the same as high school? No, unfortunately, it did not. It did not taste as good as they did back in the day. It was just like a guilty pleasure thing um, that I had to just try. And unfortunately, um, we tried them both ways. Not unfortunately, so we did a toast and an untoasted. And I am still an untoasted Pop Tart kind of guy. I do not like what happens when you put those things in the toaster. Yes. Do you have a Soda Stream, Matthew? In my next house, I'm going to install a like a 50-gallon canister of that stuff in my garage, and so that it just and I'm just going to pipe it straight to the sink, and then so like I get carbonated water right out of my sink in my kitchen. Ooh, maybe that is. Somebody said to do that though, to have a lot of carbonated water because it fills you up. It's a good thing to do during like the first couple of days of your water fast because it kind of gives you feel like a little bit more full when you're all gassed in your belly. I would. What about like a Mick Ultra? Like, is that good because it's only like a couple calories? A burger and a beer. That's not so good. Oh man, that's fantastic. Go ahead, Trevor. Mhm. Let me see. By a show of thumbs up, did anybody ever eat and like this is I don't know why the strawberry or the flavored Pop Tart with no frosting on top? Like, did anybody actually like those? Yeah, I didn't think so. What? That- Mm. Ha- Have do you know they call them hand pies? Have you ever been to a place? Comfort. Well, that's the next one for Porter pastries. Granny's hand pie. Uh, uh, all right. Let's go with Uncle Billy's hand pie. Do not. I'm dying over here. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Granny Love. I don't. I just don't know why that. I have bad luck. Man, there have been times, several times in my life where I will just say something, and it just happens to be the wrong time. Foot and mouth kind of thing. And so sorry. Shout out to Granny Love. We love you. Apologies. They're Uncle Billy's. Yeah, yeah, that is good. Hmm. Well, we don't want regulation. We just want some clarity, right? Right. Oh, well, yeah. Well, hey, this is a perfect. This is before we get too far into this because I love where this is headed. Let's just make sure, guys, that we do go down to the bottom right. Let's retweet the space out. Let's bring some more people in here because obviously this is going to be a fun conversation today. We're going to talk about all sorts of things, all sorts of updates on the markets. We'll talk about what's going on in the NFT scene, what's going on in crypto itself. We'll look at some charts. We'll look at some coins, all that kind of stuff. So make sure that you retweet the space. Bring some friends out. If you guys want to be a part of the conversation and you are listening on the Twitter space, just make sure that you raise your or the X space. Make sure that you raise your hand. Come on up to speak. We got one rule: don't be a douchebag. Other than that, everybody's can you can participate in the conversation. And if you want to just watch the live stream, just head on over to web3breakfast.com and you can navigate yourself to the live stream. And we're there live. It's just me today, unfortunately. Turbo will be back maybe tomorrow. I know I see the tear on the emoji in the space, but we'll be back tomorrow. Mhm. Yeah, so I'm putting together a video about Web3, And hopefully I'll have the script done on this. And there's, it's, really talking about some of the negative things. And you guys got to think like, if, and it makes me laugh when I think about it and say this out loud, but like, if we were to get mass adoption today, right? Like we would be so ill prepared. We would embarrass ourselves as an ecosystem, right? Like we're nowhere near where we need to be in order for, the critical mass to show up for, the offerings that we have, but we'll get there, right? But the point being, one of the things that you talk about that I'm going to talk about in this, this video is, the public perception and why, that may hinder mass adoption, right? And when you talk about the public perception, all this stuff, like I searched crypto. If you're watching the live stream, like literally Google search the word crypto, and down below that it says news about Binance, crypto. Like I didn't type anything about Binance, but it chose to add that into there so that it can then show us the articles from CNN, Forbes, and CNBC of what's going on. Binance dies and crypto is birthed. What is Binance? Why is it in so much trouble? And what does it mean for crypto? Coinbase CEO says crypto industry can turn the page after historic Binance settlement. And so, when we talk about the perception, over the last, I don't know, many years, the perception of crypto in our industry is negative. And, you see things that happen, with like Terra Luna and Celsius and FTX and all that. And it's just, these centralized people or entities that cause a lot of, negative connotation and, these reason, for bad headlines. We see all that stuff. Now it's starting to swing. Well, why is all of a sudden crypto's been birthed? Like, what does that even mean? Are we going to start to see the narrative absolutely change? Are we going to see public acceptance coming into our industry now? Because Binance is out, because you got Binance out, right? Coinbase, they've done their thing. Kraken is, being under a microscope right now. What other, U.S. based exchanges are alive? I mean, obviously FTX is going to be rebirthed. Possibly, under control of BlackRock or something thereof, right? And so now the narrative has changed because they've got control. Is this what we wanted? Did we just get hosed by the institutions because of the SEC trying to protect retail? But really, at the end of the day, they screwed everybody over, wrecked everybody, and then just let their buddies just pile back in. What do we think about that? Get everybody out so that, the whales can control. Right? Carter, GM. What's up, man? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, on a centralized platform, obviously that's it. If yeah, and if people, if you take your stuff to the next level, or you know how to use a DEX, that's one thing. But not recommended for people just getting into the space. Like when I talk to my mom, if there's those things that we've been talking about, like if there's coins that she wants to get, it's like, Mom, let me do that for you. Like I don't need you going to learn how to use a DEX right now. I just yeah. And I think that we learned, because the biggest thing that, not all institutions are safe, and there's no one that's too big to fail at this particular moment. If somebody wants you out of the way, they will get you out of the way, and they will do everything that they need to get you out of the way. And so that's another thing, man. Like that's why not your keys, not your cheese, and that includes your NFTs, baby. You gotta make sure that all that stuff's in a wallet that you control, because you never know what's gonna happen. We gotta. I like that. We gotta find a. We gotta come up with a saying. Keep it cold, and your funds will grow old, or I don't know, something like that. That's it. Mm. I see, like my heart. I heard the little pre whistle there. It was definitely a little pre whistle. W- w- Walt, what you got for a workout break? Oh, he hit it. Okay. I like that. I'll do push-ups. I'm gonna start with push-ups today on a Monday. I got to keep the activity. I can't go too crazy this week, so probably no sit-ups. Because once we get into how long is it gonna take to get into ketosis? Like 36 hours? Is that right? Somewhere around there. Okay. Okay. All right. So with that being said, guys, one of the things that we like to do here is make sure that we do have healthy minds, healthy bodies, and healthy portfolios. And so this is the halfway point. So we're gonna do a little quick workout, and these micro workouts, they do work. We promise you. Turbo has got all the factual evidence to prove everything that I'm saying right now. And so your waivers are with him. That being said, what do we got here for a jam? What do we have here for a jam? I think that we can do that. We'll play more of it than we played the last time. All right, and we will get back to some of these hands. We'll talk about what's going on in the old markets, but for now, it's time to get a workout in, baby. So get that heart rate going, get that blood pumping, and let's go. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear this. Oh, yeah. No, that's not Nessie. That's just some outro music. Here's Nessie. I was gonna say that sounded a little weird. That's all you get on that one. That is all you get on that one. See, I mean, you got to go check out Nessie's stuff. And I cannot believe he actually popped into the room while I sat up and I was like, oh shit, Nessie's in here. What up, dude? I love that song. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hopefully we'll get a chance to check in with him again soon. Because, oh, all right. We'll go with it. Not a different order, but we'll go with that one. Hmm. No. Hmm. Yeah. That's interesting. I Man, you had made a joke. I started laughing if you guys were watching the stream. You when you had said something about the Rock. I thought you were talking about the Rock. Like, do you smell what the Rock is cooking? I was, y- yeah. Hmm. Everybody's got to get their cut. No. No, that's a fact. There's no one, none of those people are missing this. Diz, what you got for us, Walt? you, you can just get your you just submit a picture of your mother-in-law and they just like print it on there for you. uh, oh man, that was good. You would put Aunt Shirley on there. It's too early for Shirley, that's for sure. Whoo, man, that was that was a really, really good one. Oh man, that like I felt those laughs deep down. Thank you. That would be a great. You probably would sell out of that pretty quick. Um, Grateful. What you got? GMGM. We should be doing that anyway. Everybody should be. I have. Yeah, not those. Facts.
To spoof and buff everything.
Speaking of spoofing and buffing, We do have a bunch of hands now. Marauder and Love. I know that we had our hands up, but Lady Wings is in the building, and you guys know how we run the operation here. So, Lady Wings, please go ahead.
Good morning, blessings to everyone. I know you guys are smarter than I am, especially the gentleman that was just speaking, but I have issues actually with you saying and the mindset that you have. The corporates are going to come in, they're going to take over, they're going to do what they always do. They're going to try, but and like you said, the Wild West, we have a golden opportunity to not do anything but teach them how to behave in Web3. They've got the money. Like you said, they're going to come in and they're going to do what they do. But we have enough people, and I'm talking individuals. I'm not even talking money. We have individuals that know how to run Web3, and they've got people coming in trying to figure it out now. And yeah, they're going to purchase up everything, but we still have an opportunity to rechange the way people think about finance and how they treat each other. And I know it sounds really simple, and like I said, you guys are way smarter than I am, but I know for a fact NFTs aren't going to go anywhere, and the computer information, the knowledge that our children are coming up with are going to surpass us. What we need to do is we need to stand strong, and this is just a side note, the ugliest NFT is probably going to be the one that is most sought after. But you guys, thank you for laughing, because I mean no disrespect, but I'm telling you, my gut says, and I've been financially handicapped my entire life. Let's just put it that way. I've been asking for you guys to do a layaway so I can purchase my NFTs that I want, or give me a damn job, work for NFTs. Another side note, getting back to what I was saying, we do have it's like a gold rush. I believe that we do have the perfect opportunity to stand together and show corporates how to behave and spend their money. Like you said, I agree with half of what you said. They're going to come in, they're going to buy everything up and hold on to it because that's what they do. But we've been here longer, and it took me a minute to get the lingo to realize that there is no format to convert ETH into money, because I tried to do that and I almost broke my damn brain. But I just believe that if we stop the mindset of that's what they're going to do and we should just let them do it. No, we don't need to do that. We should be growing our own food and stuff just in case. But on a real, we can take an opportunity to stand together and change the way that world works. Just saying. Thanks for letting me speak.
Oh, absolutely.
I plan on trying to do that. I plan on trying to change as much as possible, man.
No, we don't try. We do.
I do.
It's no when. I do agree with you, except on the fact that we can't change them.
I just hope that people realize the money will change the space so fast.
Oh yeah,
how much money
it changes
will be.
People fast.
Right, exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
There will be so much money that drops into this space that people will change in literally a night.
They'll flip in a heartbeat.
The moment they get that check in their wallet,
there's more people that don't have money than do have money.
Saying. That's what I mean. And there's a lot of people in crypto that don't live in very good countries, and they need that dollar a day.
Right, and that's doing miracles over there.
Right, exactly.
And God bless them.
But that's what I'm saying. So when the institutions come in here and they start dropping fucking $20 billion,
desperate people like me are going to hoard to it.
You will be there.
I know I won't be, only because I do know that money isn't my bottom line. And you guys call it community now because of the situation during COVID and lockdown. I now know humans, family members, community, whatever you want to call them, all as we have are each other. And if we don't stand together, yes, it will continue to do the rabbit hole thing that it's been doing for centuries. Mm-hmm. But what did they do before money? They bartered, and if we get together and stand strong, money is not going to, I would rather have 5 good friends than $5 million, because 5 good friends, you're never alone and you never go hungry. $5 million, you got a bunch of, excuse my language, but F's around you that you really don't need.
I'd probably take the 5 mil, and then I'd find a couple good friends.
That's maybe because you're a man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a comedian in the real world, you guys. I'm a comedian, so don't take it personally.
No, I love that. I love the whole ethos of bartering, right? Like that's something, Native
Americans have been doing it forever, you guys.
Yeah, I just traded my, the Wii. It was a box sitting in my garage with.
We'll cook your dinner. You know, I'll paint your house.
All right.
You do my gardening or my laundry. That's what happens, because now there's more old people than there are young people coming up in the world. Please and thank you. And whomever you believe in, prayers to the higher source is not being taught anymore. And we've lost our humanity. We need to get it back, people.
It's time to get that back. Take it back. I agree with you there. We need to, we just need to remember that we are, yes, Turbo.
Speaking of taking back, you know what I'm saying? Because we got
Hi,
two guys that have been in the pit stand. Hey, Lady Wings. We got two guys with their pit stands. We got D up here just coming back to the Web3.
What's up, D?
And we're coming down to the end. What up, D?
Welcome home.
I know we keep, skipping the gentleman. Jay, this is, I mean, do we still... I'll let it. I'm gonna pass the mic back over to you.
Because they're regulars. Because Marauder. Now, you guys just give me a thumbs up in case that you have like I gotta go. Like at 9:50 I got a call. Like you guys can go. I get that. But because Marauder and Love.
Letting me speak. Didn't mean to take you guys' time.
No, golly, no, you don't have to worry about that. No, and we're just ribbing here now. But because you guys are regulars here and in the show and all that stuff, we are gonna let D go before you. Because that's what we do, and chivalry is not dead.
Thank you so much, everybody. Hi, I'm Dee, and I'm back. Now,
thank you, Queen.
Thank you. So I just wanted to touch a little points on what was said and kind of piggyback off of like a summary that's going on there. I think sometimes we're thinking a little bit surface level, right? And I feel like children are falling by the wayside, and there's not enough financial literacy Web3 courses that children can learn from. Like I myself am a woman from IT, and my daughter is in a STEM school, and they are teaching her engineering, they are teaching her programming. Her and I can converse, and we can have a conversation on how's my homework being done. My script isn't running the way that it should be. Can you help me, Mom? And I think us as parents need to educate ourselves. And this is why these spaces are so crucial, right? But what about the children? I want to live in a world, and I know that this may be really out of reach, but I want my child to live in a world where she is able to combat those IT problems and be involved, but be involved on the side, because she is still a human at the end of the day, right? And she is still going to have that love and empathy and share towards the world. But I think that we need to do a better job at teaching our children. This way they can grow up and already have that seed planted, and all we're doing is just watering our garden. And our children are our own investment too. So we have to think of it through that financial perspective. And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong though. Like, yeah, I'd rather have the 5 billion at times 2, or however much money was on the table. And I would put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it back into the financial ecosystem. Like, that's just how it works. However, on the other side of the coin, my child is a bigger investment. And I'd rather her dibble and dabble into the financial world and in Web3 and be like, perhaps controlling these robots or controlling AI or improving. This way things don't get out of control. I mean, that's just my 2 cents and 1 Bitcoin here.
I love that. No, thank you for your Satoshis there, D. Glad to have you back. So my whole thing is if we can structure it like that, if I could preserve the 5 mil, I would do that for my kid 100%. And I'd figure out a way to make whatever I do stretch so that she's protected, so that she doesn't ever have to worry. That's my whole goal. That's one of my main missions of why I'm in this crypto space, is that I can set her up. I can set my family up with things that they don't ever have to worry about. And I think that's a lot of our goals. And I think we're all here early enough to make that hopefully happen for our lineage. Marauder, what you got?
Yo, GM, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, I just got this new iPhone, so I officially switched from Android to iPhone. I'm no longer a pleb.
One of us.
One of us.
Yeah.
One of us. One of us.
Yeah. I still have my Android though. So I walk both paths now. I still kept it as a backup. You never know. I still got my my wallets on there and whatnot, so we're still good. But yeah, no, I just wanted to touch on, I guess Seven kind of started the conversation about like institutions like hopping in here and whatnot. And it speaks volumes really. Like when a company like BlackRock goes on live television, when Larry Fink goes on live television and says, hey, listen, this like, tokenization of assets and Bitcoin and all of that, it's a flight to quality and a flight to safety. That is a man that is the CEO of one of the largest asset managers in the world going like, hey, listen, the system's fucked, the ship's sinking. We this is our way out. Like this is the way out. And so like that is them admitting like, hey, listen, the money game we've been playing since the 1970s without a commodity-based dollar, it's not working out. It's not working out so much. Fiat currencies, this whole game is kind of getting out of hand, and we need something that's better. And that's why they turned to Bitcoin, because that's why it was made. Like Bitcoin was made to be a better version of money. And will it, if that ends up being the end all be all, cool. I'm pretty bullish on it being so. But, obviously there's a ton of other solutions out there for tokenizing assets and whatnot. But in terms of just like, institutions stepping in, it was just bound to happen because of the way the fiat system is. Like it just makes poor people poorer, people who hold the fiat poorer, and then all the assets inflate in value. And then all the people who don't have assets sit there and say, well, shit, I can't buy anything now. Like now, even now, like you can't buy a house. Like the regular person, the normal person cannot buy a home. Like, and before you could. And so I think Bitcoin, I think even a commodity based currency, like it doesn't even have to be Bitcoin, but if we had a dollar that was backed by Bitcoin, for instance, or back to gold, that would like stem the issues. That would like fix some of the issues here. And that's why you have institutions stepping in like BlackRock saying, hey, listen, we're going to enter the space and, we're going to tokenize assets for other reasons. I've said this on here before, such as, real world asset tokenization, instant liquidity, yada, 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 instant settlements. But beyond that, it's just, again, it all stems to a broken money system that needs to be fixed.
Yeah. Well,
considering in 2017, Larry Fink was telling everybody Bitcoin was the vehicle for human trafficking and money laundering and cartel money. This is a fucking complete turnaround.
Wow.
It's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of things though that need to be fixed, I mean, look at you've got Luna's up like almost 40-50%. LUNC's up, or Luna's up like 23%, and you got USTC up like 275%. Like none of that shit even makes sense. Like that's broken. That is just degenerates being broken.
Yeah, that's just money flocking to these assets, these risk-on assets, again, because of a broken money system. Yep. Like when you think of the dollar as a depreciating asset over time, like you stop thinking about things in dollar value, because then you realize, oh, it doesn't matter. Like I literally, that's like the way I see things. I see a dollar value of a house, and I'm like, oh well, like what's that even mean? Like is the house worth that much? Or is the dollar just depreciated in value enough to where it's like I need more of that paper to buy the home now? Like what's that? What is a $250,000 house? Like was it $100,000 a year ago? Or $50,000 like 10 years ago? Like that number doesn't make sense to me. Like things should be getting cheaper as we can produce more of them. Correct? Like things are supposed to get cheaper as we produce more of them.
That's how it works usually. Now, yeah. Do you think that this is like the wise time for people to, say they are traditionally invested in real estate, maybe unload some of that stuff and go heavy on the crypto and play the market? And then if you decide that you want to get back into real estate, do it in like 3 years, 4 years?
I mean, honestly, if you own a home now, sorry to cut you off there, but if you own a home now, you shouldn't get rid of it. Like you should keep that asset. Like hold assets, hold stocks, hold crypto, hold homes. The last thing you want to do, you don't want to hold just a bunch of fiat currency, obviously. Like, yes, you need liquid. Yes, you need savings. Like that is super important to have liquid on hand, immediate liquid to use on immediate needs like food, bills and whatnot. And, overall, spending. But you don't want to be like, hey, I'm going to save up $80,000. Like a friend of mine has been saving up money for like 8 years now. And he's never invested $1 of it. And he's like, yeah, I have like $90,000 in the bank. I'm like, dude, you can't even buy a home still. Like you can't do it. He can't afford the monthly payments on a home. He has the down payment, but he doesn't make enough money monthly to buy a home. So he's sitting here like, well, fuck, dude, what'd I do? And I'm like, well, you should have been buying stocks, dude. You should have been buying the S&P 500 at least. Like, cause then you'd have something. Like, I don't know, just I feel like people have just gotten royally screwed, and it sucks. And I think Bitcoin is definitely one of those ways out. But I just think that like we just need a whole revolution on the education of finance, if at all, the entire financial system needs to be like turned around.
Well, there's a
Yo,
difference. Go ahead,
if you got land, hold your land. Like, keep your land. Like, hold that. Because if everything else goes, keep your land. If you got land, hold on to it. If you can acquire land, get it now, because it's the cheapest it's ever going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, the cost of materials and the way the prices are constantly going up with inflation and just the overall, yo, you will never build a house for as cheap as you have your house right now. Like, you will never do it. So definitely hold that.
Really quick.
And I wanted to,
funny story about land. I am a landowner in East Texas because one night, this was a number of years ago, I couldn't sleep. And I was just happened to be like checking on eBay, and I noticed that there was land auctions. And so I ended up winning this like acre lot in East Texas that it cost me $400. It was I won it. I was the only bidder on it for $1, so I won it for $1, and then it was $399 for closing costs. So for $400, I got this thing, and I've just had it forever. And it just so happens it's in the town. I don't know if you guys saw the news maybe 2 weeks ago, but there was like a chemical plant explosion in Shepherd, Texas. That's where my lot is, so it's probably worthless now. So I don't know if we want to hold on to land. What do you think? What happens about that?
Real life rug pull.
Wait, what's that site called?
eBay.
Oh, I want to go buy dollar land. Let's do it.
Hold on.
This is
JChains
the
got rug
thing.
pulled.
Hold on to it.
It's about the making the money work for you, right? And if you think about it, there is a big difference between the ownership of the land or the home and actually having a mortgage on it. There's times where you don't want a mortgage on a home, like for instance when the bubble pops, because now you're sitting in a whole lot of negative equity when the value of that home drops. But like Al was saying, if you own it outright, that is something that you can liquidate in in a time that you may need to do that. But also when you have ownership of something, especially multiple family homes or hotels or things like that, the money is working for you. There's always a flow of income to the asset versus you're paying into it yourself because of a mortgage. And then I know there's other hands up, so I'm gonna make this real quick. If you think the institutions and corporations have stepped in yet, me, Turbo, JChains, and Matt got something coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. There's still a lot of them that are sitting under compliance or some sort of regulation right now. So they're lobbying because, hey, well, we want to, but we can't right now because of this, or we're hindered because of this. And they're lobbying. And I'm telling you, when they get that stuff fixed, the floodgates are going to open.
Mm-hmm. I believe that. They're coming with a vengeance. All right, let's go to AI. I know you've had your hand up for quite a minute. Thank you for being patient and purchasing that pit stand from the merch shop. Should be going live here in a couple days. So you got the beta test on that?
Merch on the way, hey man, it's progress, not digress. It's all about moving forward, not backwards, right? And fundamentally, if you're not preparing and if you're not having this conversation, do you really care about the people you say you love? Because I'm looking at the landscape and it's not looking really pretty, right? Like I just read an article, and I'm not one for new gloom and doom, but I am one for being prepared, right? And it's better to be prepared than to be unprepared. And I tell people this all the time. So the way I look at it, yeah, we know who created the technology. Y'all act like y'all don't know who created the technology. So do you think Satoshi Nakamoto is really that mysterious? So funny that there was some guy in NASA who created, the same decentralized principles of Bitcoin, and his name was what? Satoshi something or another. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. This thing is already written. It is ingrained into the fabric of our lives, right? We are accustomed to having the luxuries and utilizing technology to make our lives more convenient. So we're not going to digress from that. We're only going to move towards that. So the system is set up to interact, Internet of all things, right? This is one more step to the final step before we hit the transcendent. I don't know if you've seen that movie with Johnny Depp. This is all hypothetical, but these hypothetical situations start to look more real and real. Funny how that works, right? Because the technology exists, the technology is going to be utilized. But here's the thing. I tell people, look to your left, to your right. Look at the history books. Don't believe people's words. Look at the history books. The history of all nations have shown that you are on your own. It is your responsibility. So that means that if you want to make a difference in your lives and the lives of others, it is your responsibility. If you want to be boisterous about blockchain technology and its use case, it is your responsibility. If you want to lie dormant and sit back and maybe get a CBDC, it's going to be your responsibility. Every day we take personal responsibility and daily effort. That's our pride.
There we go. There we go. Lady, what you got for us before we head on out of here for the day?
I want to say what the Queen was saying about our kids, very important, because they are our future. They're the ones that are going to be stepping up, going through and paying back the hell that we're going through now financially. They're the ones that it's going to be on their back. But if we teach kids, when you tell people things, kids only do what they see. They really don't do as they're told. We all know that if you have kids. But people won't remember your name, and they really won't remember what you say. But I guarantee you they will always remember how you make them feel. And we need to teach our children that please and thank you and proper manners and caring about your neighbor is more important than anything else in the world. We teach our kids how to love one another. It will change the world, and corporates will have to follow because that's their future people that are buying their products or but if we teach our kids basics like they used to, we're going to be okay. If not, we're going to end up like that movie Soylent Green, and you'll never eat a Ritz cracker the same way again.
Ooh,
We'll end up like me.
Shout out to Ritz crackers. Love those things. Thank you, Max. Thanks.
You got to see the movie though. It's not a good situation.
All right. Well, we'll definitely try. I don't watch movies. I fall asleep during movies, unfortunately. But I may try to watch a Christmas movie in the next couple of weeks.
This movie was probably before you were even born.
I'm old. Anyway, hey, we love you guys. Thank you for joining us. We got to run. I got to get some things squared away for the rest of the day today. But don't forget to cop back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern for some more Web3 Breakfast. There are plenty of shows throughout the day. So tap in, tune in, and we will see you tomorrow. We love you. Remember, kind of like what AI was saying, it's always better to have and to not need than to need and to not have. And so with that, sell your house, buy some crypto, take some loans, buy crypto, sell your plasma, buy crypto, pick up a side hustle, buy some crypto, and you can buy all that shit back in a couple of years after you've made it. Adios. We'll see you tomorrow.
Prepare for the worst.
Not financially right.
Prepare for the worst. Just prepare for the worst.
We love you guys. See you tomorrow.